importantly, you have to keep the fruit in a good mood. My parents always say, no matter how busy life gets, you should always sit down and enjoy a proper meal when you get hungry. What I like to do is stack my plate up high, then squash it all down, take a deep breath, and wolf it.
All right, Miko, we're here. So what's your plan of action to deal with this rival book?
Why don't you take a guess? I'll give you a hint. It's to do with the Yai Publishing House.
Oh, Paimon knows! Combine the reputation of the Yai Publishing House with the status of Guji Yai and tell everyone that the incantations in that book are dangerous!
Oh, wow! Your first guess and you got it absolutely wrong.
Yeah! Wait! Seriously? That wasn't it?
A first-hand guide to summoning spirits is the hottest light novel right now. If we did as you suggested, we would effectively be advertising to everyone that the incantations are real. In bending over backwards trying to warn everyone about the dangers, all we would accomplish is to create more curious readers ready to try them out. Also, sales for the book would only increase further.
Okay, yeah, that would be pretty catastrophic. Oh, how about we confiscate all the copies?
Leaving aside the issue of the enormous manpower and resources such an operation would require, going to such lengths over a light novel would be extremely disruptive to the lives of Inazumans.
But that means there's nothing we can do.
Well, I've been thinking. I've read a first-hand guide to summoning spirits. It has many other good qualities besides the incantations alone. The book contains many ancient kaidan, or tales of the supernatural, and is written in a very engaging way. That is why the book has become so popular. I think we're going to have a difficult time trying to rein in its popularity while it's the only work in its league on the market. That's right. How do you get rid of the next big thing? You replace it with the next big thing. So what we're going to do is create Inazuma's newest hit novel. Smash our rival's sales numbers and win our readers back. That is how Yai Miko wages war. Incidentally, this will also be the best way to combat the influence of a first-hand guide to summoning spirits.
Wait, Miko, so you want us to write a novel?
Well, becoming an accomplished novelist certainly isn't an overnight process. But let's not forget that I did say this is what we're going to do. I trust that the word teamwork is... Anyway, there is a writer submission event going on at the moment. Start by talking to readers and finding out what they're into. When you have an idea of what the... I'll be at Uyu Restaurant. Find me there when you're done. I will assemble a team, and we can work while we eat.
Everything is going smoothly.
The new book
just as
from
I
Yai
planned.
Publishing House is out. Come take a look.
then must have her reasons.
The Yai Publishing House has held many writers' submission events to date. The winner gets a huge amount of publicity. It's been the ticket to fame for a lot of authors. If you've got a good idea for a story, you definitely don't want to miss out.
The key to a successful light novel is when to use illustrations, what they should contain, and which artists. Good illustrations can make up for bad writing. But on the flip side, a bad illustration can... There's a saying that light novels are essentially a case of buy art, get... The illustrations in A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits are incredible, but it's...
I'll be honest, I read light novels for the cheap thrills. In most traditional stories, the protagonist usually has this long and drawn-out character arc, usually involving a process of separation, loss, and by contrast, there's this popular light novel at the moment called A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits, where the protagonist is super strong right from the get-go. That's what I mean by cheap thrills. The protagonist is a kitsune who has not only mastered the secret art of incantations, but also tea ceremony, painting.
I've been reading light novels for a long time now. I'm mainly into big, ambitious fantasy works with an original core concept and good storytelling. These days, though, everyone seems to be imitating each other. Most of the time, I can guess what the story is about just from the title. The only recent book worth mentioning is, not only is it a good story, but the descriptions are really true to life. So much so that I'm almost wondering if maybe the author really has met all those...
There's much more to light novels than Paimon realized. Let's go tell our findings to Yai Miko.
Ah, there you are. Let me introduce the team. You've already met Junkichi and Shigeru. Shigeru is an experienced editor, and Junkichi is the author he's partnered with. Junkichi's working through Satomi is Yai Publishing House's ace in the hole. Her specialty is that they will be teaming up with us to collectively create the novel that knocks A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits off its perch. Now then, tell me what you found out about readers' preferences. All very true. An original core concept, a fast pace, quality illustrations, and lots of action. This is the formula that will guarantee good sales numbers. More importantly than that, even though it's a work of fiction, we have to deliver a sense of realism.
Paimon followed pretty much all of that, but there's still one. For example, we know we need an original core concept, but
Before you can answer that question, you have to understand your target audience. Take A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits, for example. When I read it, all I find is common knowledge to the kitsune. But to the general public, it's bursting with new and interesting ideas. It all comes down to the size of the information gap between author and reader. As a traveler, there must be a great many things you know that are complete unknowns to the people of Inazuma. What is commonplace to you may be fresh and original to them.
oh, right! So maybe we can take inspiration from our time in Mondstadt and Lille. But that would make it a completely different genre than A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits. Is that gonna...
Not at all. You don't have to worry so much about how to compete with that book. All you have to do is provide some interesting ideas. As long as the core content is interesting, my expertise...
Alright, let's start with Chapter 1 then. What are you thinking? sounds like a great one! Let's see here. The protagonist arrives in Mondstadt for the first time to the sight of a dragon flying around and wreaking havoc on the city. With the help of some trusty companions, the protagonist successfully defeats the dragon. But then, human, let us work together to build a better future. The love, well, that was an unexpected development. What happened to the grand adventure? What? But that's so misleading.
Out of a maximum of 10 points, I'd give that a 9. The story certainly goes in an unorthodox direction, and the Dragon Girl sounds destined to be a hit character. Approved.
What the heck?
Good job, little one. You're not only drawing on your own experiences, but it seems you're filtering them through the lens of the kinds of light novels you've read in the past. Thoughts from the experts? Are we able to work with this?
Yeah, we think it works. I tend to overcome.
That's good. Okay, we're done with Chapter 1. Let's move on to Chapter 2.
Huh? Won't that do for now?
Readers will devour your content a lot more quickly than you'd think. If we don't keep delivering the goods now we've caught their attention, all our hard work so far is in vain. Hurry, Chapter 2, let's go. Can't you see that Satomi is waiting?
Huh? What's wrong with you? You don't look so good.
What a pity. I thought your beginner's luck would carry you a little further before it came to this.
Before it came to what? What's happened?
The bane of our existence. Writer's block. It's your arch nemesis for life, appearing without warning and inflicting a pain worse than death upon the writer. They sell their souls just to get their
Sounds awful!
When this happens, the best thing you can do is have a bite. Boss, get me a plate of fried. Don't worry. This is.
Your treat? Oh, wait a minute. Miko, we'll be getting paid for.
Of course. Everyone that takes part in the creative process.
Alright, cool. Then let's press on, shall we? Don't give up now, for the sake of our pet. Ooh! Does this mean your inspirations come back? Let's see now. The protagonist arrives in Liyue and befriends a young man who doesn't have the money to pay for anything. Only later do we find out. With the help of the Qixing and the protection of the Adepti, I am free to roam this vast realm. Is this the kind of cheap thrill?
I give it a 9.8. The story is fun and action-packed with no dark undertones. Also, there are a great many legends about Rex Lapis. I'm sure it will spark the people's curiosity. I, for one, think there's a sizable market for this. Approved.
Alright, well, let's just hope Zhongli doesn't mind.
Great. Well, now Satomi can get started on that.
Leave it to me, Lady Yai.
Let's write about Inazuma in the 3rd chapter, shall we? I can help with this one. We can use the Vision Hunt decree or your experience in the Resistance. Any ideas?
The strict Principal Raiden of the Inazuma Academy decided to confiscate all light novels. With the help of Lady Kitsune, the protagonist defeats Principal Raiden in an exam before the throne, forcing the principal to abolish the literature hunt decree. Are we absolutely sure we can publish this?
We can and we will. One thing, though. We'll need to rewrite the part about me giving you the omamori. Let's change it to... The mysterious Lady Kitsune teaches the protagonist a spell that can make their wishes come true. The protagonist uses this spell to defeat the Raiden Shogun in battle. That should do the trick.
Whoa. So we're really going head to head with our rival on this one, huh?
I suppose so. Once they're done writing the manuscript,
Are we done then? Do you really think this will be able...
the content is fine. Now we just need to promote it. I will contact an artist to make some illustrations. I'm positive they will be at least as good as those in A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits. We'll also need an endorsement on a paper band around. She runs a regular Q&A column in that. You're free to take a break while the creative team...
Miss Hina doesn't usually do endorsements, but since it's Lady Guji that's asking, we'll see what we can do. With Miss Hina getting so popular lately, a lot of people have come to us hoping to do a collaboration. But Miss Hina's not interested in any of it. She still prefers to focus all her efforts on replying to readers' letters, and turns down every promotional opportunity she can. Maybe that's why her fans like her so much. I'm getting off topic here. Anyway, if we can get that endorsement from Miss Hina, you'll definitely get an exposure boost at the beginning. May your light novel sell well and set a new record for the Yai Publishing House.
We'll do our best.
Time to roll!
Are you sure you'd like to submit this entry? Let me see. The Miraculous Adventures of the Traveler by Thousand Hands.
What a strange pen name. Definitely your doing. Having been around you so much recently, Paimon's slowly starting to understand your...
What do you mean, strange? It took a lot of work by a lot of different people to get this thing finished.
We'll get this printed as a matter of priority and conduct trial sales in pilot locations throughout Inazuma.
Uh-oh. Paimon's getting a little nervous now. Do you really think this is gonna...
That's right. Be confident in your work. That's
Okay, then I'll sign you up. Please come back in 3 days for the Thank you all for your submission. I wish you the very best of luck. You've all finally made it. Good news, everyone. I just received word that your light novel is flying off the shelves. Multiple sales locations are asking when we'll be printing more copies. This level of success is an amazing accomplishment for a new work. Most new books don't sell 30% of what you've sold. I have free copies for each of you here. Please take them. The payment will follow shortly, and I'll notify you to come and collect it when the time comes.
Oh, yeah! The whole reason why we made this light novel was to combat the influence of a first-hand guide to summoning spirits. We sold a lot of copies, but it doesn't feel like we accomplished our goal. How do we know whether...
Oh, don't worry. Shh. Listen to what the people around us are talking about. The conversation has already moved on, hasn't it?
Hey guys, have you heard about this latest Kaidan thing doing the rounds? You just need to recite the incantation from A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits at midnight, and your wish will come true! Oh, that? That's a throwback. That's old news, man. No one's talking about that anymore. The Secret Spells of Lady Kitsune is the new hit thing. I've already memorized all the incantations. The Secret Spells of Lady Kitsune? What's that?
You haven't read it yet? Okay, so supposedly, if you recite the spell in there on a moonless night, you'll receive protection of the Kitsune and all the other powerful yokai. They can make any of your wishes come true. I heard that the incantations in A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits have weird side effects. This one guy wished for a load of Mora and got it, but then one night it all turned to leaves and he developed a high fever. They actually had to use one of the secret spells of Lady Kitsune to get rid of the discomfort. That proves that the incantations in this book are more potent than the ones everyone was trying before. Pretty much everyone I know is desperate to try it out. Just waiting for a moonless night.
Really? Well, I better go and prepare too.
Well, feeling less worried now?
Wow, you're right! Everyone's shifting focus! But what's this moonless night that they're talking about? Hyman doesn't remember that detail from the brainstorming session.
This is something that will become very important to us further down the line. All right, it's time to move on to the next phase of the plan.
There's a phase 2?
Of course. Behind every book that hits the market lies an author, right?
Oh yeah, if we leave him to his own devices, he might just write another guide to summoning spirits. Also, we still need to figure out what his motive for writing it was.
Exactly. That's what we need to take care of next. Fortunately, I've already managed to identify the author. He's a failed light novelist named Tomoyuki. But when we went to ask him about it, he had no recollection whatsoever of having written the book. Yes, this is another case of possession. Only this time, whoever possessed him actively sought him out. After his novel submission failed, he was walking aimlessly in Araumi. In frustration, he shouted out, "Please, someone, anyone, help me write a truly amazing novel!" After that, he lost consciousness.
But the spirit that wrote the book has already left him now, right? So what are we supposed to do?
Simple. It wrote a summoning incantation in the book, didn't it? So we can just use its own method to make it manifest itself. And you, my little friend, are the perfect candidate for this role. Oh, what are you talking about?
Miko, what is this place?
The ideal spot for a little meet and greet with a certain elusive author. This is the place.
Really? But it feels...
That seems rather fitting, considering that we are dealing with the spirits of the What are you so afraid of, honestly? We're finally about to meet the true author.
Paimon's heart is pounding, but Paimon's pretty... Hey! Wait a minute! Paimon! a weird painting. Miko, do you know what it's supposed to...
Probably a scene from ancient Inazuma.
It's a good piece of artwork and all, but it's also... Looks like the artist signed their name. Rakusai?
Let's go inside and take a look.
Let's get down to
Emerge.
business.
Show them. Right here.
Get to work! Suffer the wrath of Eden!
Rise with the sun! Wrath from the sky!
Come on out.
Wow, this place is huge! Hey, is that a mirror? There's a really weird-looking stool as well. Wonder what it's for.
Ah, I see. This setup is quite handy. Saves me a lot of work. All right, go and take a look around. There should be a mechanism somewhere that makes the whole room move.
Show no mercy!
Light it up! Burn it!
Show them. Come on out. Emerge.
What a weird painting. Miko, do you know what it's supposed to show? It's a good piece.
Let's go inside and take a look.
You two! Time to...
Rise with the sun! Pyroclastic surge!
I'm going in!
Show them. Right here.
This
Wow, this place is huge. Hey, is that a mirror? There's a really weird-looking stool as well. Wonder what it's for.
Ah, I see. This setup is quite handy. Saves me a lot of work. All right, go and take a look around. There should be a mechanism somewhere that makes the whole room move. Come on out.
Incoming!
Emerge.
one strike will suffice.
Show them.
Taste my food. One strike will suffice. Let me try my
Get to work! Lolene, it's Papa!
like this.
Burn it down! Rev the engine!
Come on now.
It's justice o'clock! Hero incoming! One fell swoop! It's justice o'clock! Show no mercy!
This battle.
Right here.
A sight to behold. Fulfill our pact!
Rise with the sun! Light of the blazing sun! Full throttle!
This.
Emerge. Show no mercy! You two!
Burn it down! Run!
Headbutt! Boost!
Right here.
Burn it down! Try and stop me! Try and stop me! Wrath from the skies!
Headbutt!
It's my lucky day.
Nothing lasts forever.
Fulfill our pact! Suffer the wrath!
Rise with the sun! Full throttle!
painting we just saw, it's turning this way along with the whole wall. It's getting eerier and...
Okay. Next, I will show you a secret kitsune spell. This painting is a swift summoning medium, which means I'll be able to skip many of the more tedious steps. The murky mirror reflects the view of Inazuma in a bygone age. Spirits stirred by the sight of the past will be easily drawn to it. You're up next, little one. Come on, sit yourself down here. Yes. The whole point of a summoning ritual is for a dead person's spirit to possess a living person's body. You saw what happened to that Oni samurai spirit. After leaving the host's body, he was only...
Are we positive that summoning a spirit to...
Oh, you really care about the little one quite a lot, don't you? I'm a little jealous. I wish my friends were caring like that. Anyway, are you scared, little friend? Sit on the chair, stare at the painting, and relax your body and mind. Try and be natural. There's really no need to be nervous.
It's like she's sitting inside the painting. Huh? Is Paimon seeing things?
Recite the incantation in your heart, little one. Also, you'll need to have some intense thoughts going through your head. A wish. Now, what kind of wish do we think it would take to summon forth the author of A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits? Anyone?
Probably something to do...
Very good. The wish needs to be heartfelt, though, so let me help add a little realism to the equation. The book is selling exceptionally well, Traveler, but we're going to need an outline for Chapter 4 as soon as humanly possible. When is the earliest that you can turn it in by?
The painting is moving again! What?
I never thought the day would come when I'd be summoned using my own ritual. Getting a taste of my own medicine. What have we here? Another budding writer? What's come over you all? Why is everyone wishing for help with their writing? Are novels so popular in this day and age?
We got you! So you're the one who wrote A First-Hand Guide to Summoning. What are you trying to do, Why'd you put that summoning incantation in the book, huh?
Huh? What's this? Oh, I see. No wonder this felt so familiar. I've walked right into your... You ask me what my game is here? Well, of course. It was to use this incantation as a means for all the souls of the departed yokai to make their glorious return to the world and plunge all of Inazuma into a brutal, bloody war!
What? Paimon knew it!
Oh, did you now? Then how naive of you to let me possess this body so easily. I sense, yes, great power within her. Good. Good! With this power, no one shall be able to stand in my way!
Wake up! Quick! Wake up! We gotta stop him!
It is futile. You shall never wake her again. This body now belongs to me!
Hey! Come on, wake up! Don't let him take your Miko, think of something! You're laughing?
Oh, Rakusai, you haven't changed a bit. You caught on so quickly. Too perfect.
Well, You made the face enough times that I couldn't exactly miss the hint. This is what you were going for, yes? Never one to stand on the sidelines of a good spectacle, are you? Always got to dive in and fan the flame? Look what you've done to this little flying one here. Aw, poor
You were having plenty of fun playing the bad guy a moment ago. Now you're trying to blame it all on...
Urakusai? Miko, you guys know each other?
Yes, we do. Of course we do.
Allow me to formally introduce the author of A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits, no, wait. To be more accurate, it's Urakusai's memory.
Memory? But isn't he a...
Ah, spirits, memories. They're just different words to describe the same thing. Something that comes from...
Do you remember that recent incident when the Rift Hounds were gnawing at the sacred Sakura's roots? You witnessed human memories leaking from the ley lines, didn't you? Well, since there are human memories, of course there are... In life, yokai possess supernatural powers. And even when they are a shadow of their former selves from a bygone era, they still have the ability to control whether they are visible. Typically, yokai memories survive longer in the world than those of humans.
Indeed, indeed. I was wandering around the sacred Sakura's roots when I suddenly heard someone yelling, "Please, someone, anyone, help me write a truly amazing novel." It piqued my curiosity, so I popped inside his body and wrote a novel for him.
So that's how it happened. But why did...
Oh, little one. Not to toot my own horn here, but when I was alive, I wasn't just another kitsune, no. I was a mighty and powerful Daioko. The memories of other yokai can't possess human bodies at will like I can. But with this incantation, they can go one last little joyride in the world for a couple of days. Anything they're still itching to do, they can go and get it done.
But...
She's trying to say that all the commotion this causes is likely to be a great disturbance to the humans.
Disturbance? I guess you mean that we might leave them with some broken dreams after we leave, hmm? Oh, yes. And they might have a fever or whatever. But you know, I actually think that the most admirable thing about human beings is the way that they go out and shape their fate with their own two hands, given that they're not born blessed with the same powers that we enjoy. As for those who would rather draw on external power than seek to improve themselves, it's quite right that they learn their lesson eventually. So when you think about it, we're actually doing the humans a big favor. Miko, you agree, don't you?
Yes, that's what I thought too.
All right then. You finally convinced Paimon. You guys were right.
What are you scared of, little one? Don't be deceived by her day-to-day antics. Miko is actually one of the most powerful yokai out there.
Not only that, Urakusai, but my latest work has beaten that book you wrote, A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits, to become the most popular in Inazuma.
Of course. You were never one to make extra work for yourself where you can help it. And yet you went to all these lengths to find my painting room, and even took the trouble to summon me. I knew you must have some ulterior motive. You were always the one to pick a quarrel with me when we all used to gather around and share stories. All right. You win, I lose. Happy now?
I finally get to hear you say it centuries later. Ooh, I must say it feels good.
I remember when you were just a little girl, always...
Oh, Urakusai, how much time do you have left?
Not much. That goes for all of us, actually. We've all got to go back where we came from in the end. Everyone's quite content in many ways, but they still can't help but ask.
When my bell rings, it means the moonless night is upon us.
Great. Wonderful. Fantastic. Miko, it's been nice catching up, but I'd better conserve my energy if I want to stick it out until then. So, I'll be on my way now.
All right. Goodbye then, Urakusai.
One last thing, Miko. I just want to know, have you been well all these years?
I've been great, of course. Every day is a happy, especially these days. Not only do I have my light novels, but I've also met these two delightfully nosy, and even A is finally starting to come to her senses. Quite a miracle, given how pig-headed she can be.
Oh, well, great. That's fantastic.
Urakusai, you'd be right at home in this era. A great storyteller and artist like yourself would be the Yae Publishing House's ace in the hole. And I would personally be hounding you over your next installment.
He disappeared. Are you awake? How are you feeling?
Are you all there? Here, like last time, repeat after me. Oh, you beat me to it. Looks like your brain is intact. So, your first possession, What was it like? Good. Hearing Rakusai admit defeat has put me in the most wonderful mood. In return, it's only fair that we make sure to deliver on what they're all hoping for. Yes, though they only represent a tiny proportion of the memories in the ley lines, it will still be quite a sight to behold when the time comes. Since you've come this far, why don't you do one last thing for me,
You cannot be serious, Miko. You guys teamed up to scare Paimon just now.
Aw, come on. I'm really only asking you to finish what you started. Besides...
Paimon's paycheck? Well, there's no way out now.
Well, hello there, my little helpers. So nice of you to join.
As if we had a choice. So, Miko, what exactly do we have to do to make this Hyakyako happen? Also, to be clear, we actually have no idea what it even means.
It might sound ominous, but to put it simply, the Hyakyako is just a gathering of the yokai. Back in the day at yokai gatherings, once everyone had had plenty to drink, one by one they'd start soaring into the sky with their yokai powers. There were so many of them that their silhouettes would block out the moon. But now, the yokai memories that leak from the ley lines are weak. They are no longer able to... So I will be performing a convocation ritual for them, gathering all the wandering memories together in one place. When the time comes, they will gather in the sky above the Grand Narukami Shrine. Once their energy is spent, they will be satisfied and return to... All the preparations for the ritual have actually been made well in advance. Remember the incantation and the mention of moonless night that I added?
Oh, yeah! Something about reciting the secret spells of late...
That's the one. Actually, it's not a wish-granting incantation at all. It's a spell to help calm the ley line memories. When that time comes, let's all pitch in and help send them on their way. I will start the ritual preparations shortly, and at that time, first, tell the Shrine Maidens to leave the mountain. During the Hyakyako, a whole swarm of yokai memories will be hanging around in the air above the Grand Narukami Shrine. Having the Shrine Maidens leave avoids the bothersome issue of someone potentially getting possessed. After that, I will commence the ritual, and the memories will begin to congregate. The memories are normally dispersed and don't pose a threat. But when their energy is concentrated, it is likely to disturb the monsters. They may see this as an opportunity to try and make it up the mountain. I need you to fend them off so that doesn't...
All right, got it.
Well, if at that point you felt like coming to the shrine and getting a close-up view of the yokai, I would...
Okay, let's get...
See that you stay safe.
Descend the mountain? Are those Lady Gucci's orders?
Yep, Miko said the ritual she's gonna perform soon might pose a physical danger to you all.
I see. I'll evacuate everyone right away. What about you?
We'll be taking care of a couple other things for her. And once we're done with that, we're gonna come back and do the ritual together.
It seems like Lady Gucci places great trust in you. Lady Gucci's never allowed anyone else to be in her presence when she's conducted rituals like this in the past. Thank you for helping with the ritual, and good luck.
Don't worry, we're much strong. Miko's about to start the ritual. Come on, let's go deal with the monsters down the mountain.
Kapow! Ultimate flying kick!
Burn it down!
Show no mercy! Everybody stand back! Hero incoming! Justice o'clock! Be gone! Ice and snow.
These monsters look really riled up. Yep. Let's get rid of them as fast as we can. Then we can get back. All right, here they come.
Get to work! You two! Time to
Light it up! Pyroclastic surge!
headbutt! Oof! Hero incoming! Fulfill our pact! Suffer the wrath of me!
Burn it down!
Get out of here! I'm going in! Yeah! Kapow! Hi! Yeah!
Perfect distance, see no more!
Get to work! Rise with the sun! Wrath from the sky!
There's so many of them. Come on, you can do it.
Lolene, eat Papa!
Very high. I need to train hard.
All right, that's the last of the monsters. How far along do you think the ritual is? Let's head back to the Grand Narukami Shrine and take a look.
Running late again.
Wow, so many. They're everywhere. Huh?
Yes, the memories of the yokai. They haven't been able to relax and soar through the air like this for a long time. Come with me. You all right, little one? You look a little nervous.
It's just, Hyman's never seen anything like this before. Whoa, they've really blocked out the moon.
It does look a little intimidating, doesn't it? But I know them. They may be loud and brash at times, but they are good and brave souls. Even after losing their lives in a brutal war, they have never given in to grief or despair. Alas, their time is short.
Do they really have to go?
It's a feast, and all feasts come to an end. Since you're sorry to see them leave, why don't you do the recital along with me? O Hakushin, cause of this enchantment, in reverence I perform this rite.
In reverence, I perform this rite.
To be a guiding light.
Wow, so beautiful! Look! Lights are coming from Inazuma City!
The book says, recite the secret spells of Lady Kitsune tonight, and our wishes will come true.
O Hakushin, cause of this enchantment.
I perform this rite to be a guiding light. Your unrivaled power will be honored eternally.
Murakusai, you asked if I was doing well. Really, every day is a happy day for me. But watching you all leave now, I can't help but feel a little lonely. Just a little, of course. Just as I thought. The ritual went very smooth, Oh, I'm great.
But the look on your face just now...
I'm fine, seriously. No. Honestly, you two.
Miko...
Fine. Well, if you're dead set on doing something for me, you can treat...
Sure, no problem. A meal it is!
Okay. Well, see you soon then.
Today is the day we agreed to treat Miko to a meal. The venue is good.
Time to roll!
Oh, the wait is unbearable. How is the next chapter of the miraculous adventures of the Traveler not released yet?
It was quite a surprise when the moonless night finally came.
Yeah, that huge black cloud over Mount Yogo that night. It just seemed to form out of nowhere.
But then nothing happened after I made a wish using the method in that book.
Yeah. I guess light novels are just fiction after all, huh?
That night was definitely the nail in the coffin for the incantations from novels fad. Still, something tells me the miraculous adventures of the Traveler will remain an interesting series for a long...
Huh? Paimon can't see because she's not out here.
Ah, my little friends. There you are.
Miko, what is this? You start.
I did, yes. You're paying after all. The thought of being able to eat the most expensive dishes and drink the finest sake, all for... Ah, boss, see these two faces here? Remember them. They're the ones picking up the bill.
Alrighty.
What's gotten into you? Come on, you have to try this fish. It's found exclusively in the waters around Seirai Island. Or maybe you'd rather try this? I know. I normally can't bring myself to drink. If you don't drink alcohol, that's fine too. There are all kinds of fruit juices covering...
Last time we were here working on the novel, all you ordered for us was the plainest kushikatsu!
Strange. I remember no such thing. Oh, so what? You did offer to treat me to a meal, didn't you? Anyway...
Miko, this meal is going to be super expensive!
Oh, don't you worry about that. You can most definitely afford it. They're still printing your light novel by the batch, you know. You have quite the generous payment due.
What? Oh, darn it! She tricked us into this! Miko was after our Mora from the very beginning!
Oh, by the way, since nobody's wishes came true on the moonless night, so you'll have to come up with something new for the next chapter of The deadline is looming. I'm counting on you.
Just sharpen my spear!
Ad Astra Abbot. Thank you for complete. Ad Astra Ab. Are we going on a trip?
Ooh, you restaurant? That place isn't even worth mentioning. Try some creative cooking.
Candace, we're here! Has everyone arrived?
Everyone is already waiting inside.
Well, what are we waiting for?
Please, wait a moment. Before attending the meeting, I hope you can promise me one...
What do you need?
Promise me that you won't commit to anything too...
What do you think?
Okay.
Everyone's here so early! But why isn't anybody talking?
We already discussed things a bit.
Hey, where have you been?
Are you ready? Very well.
Are you sure this is gonna work?
I gotta admit, it's bold.
The point of discussion is to arrive at a solution. Let's cut the small talk and move to the next.
You're making...
You're finally done. I have some other stuff to take care of. Catch you all later. Come on, don't give me that face. I know what you're going to say. That's what I wanted to hear. Take care. Well, Traveler, Paimon, judging from your expressions, the meeting...
You can tell?
I'm not that good at scheming or strategy. To be honest, I feel the same. Your deeds speak for them.
Candace, we stayed behind to tell you that, although you won't be coming with us,
I'm very glad to hear that. I've said the same thing to everyone here today as I said to you. Only when you're safe can the plan be successful. You're welcome. Good luck.
Running late again.
Sounds good. I'll go make...
Okay.
I'll hit them!
Have you finished saying your goodbye?
Yeah!
Yes, she did. Our plan is not... I hope this is clear to you.
Huh?
Didn't we already do that?
You can never have enough words of encouragement.
In that case, Candace can cuddle you to your heart's content while I continue to... We all have our jobs to do, after all. It's like how some...
Speaking of the front line...
Of course. Compared to the mercenaries, I'm merely a feeble scholar. But the advantage of not being a mercenary is that I get to stay in a safer place and offer my strategic... Just think about that mercenary who lost his mind. Mercenary groups are facing...
Well, being a scholar is also a high-risk...
I'm not like the rest of them. Even among members of the same species.
This guy... Paimon still remember...
All intellectuals are lunatic. Do you remember the record we saw in the King Deshret ruins? It mentioned forbidden knowledge. You have a good memory. Forbidden knowledge has the power to drive people insane, but this fact has never been shared with the public. Even I, who has worked in the academia for some time, was never once informed of this. I think those mad scholars and mercenaries we encountered may have all fallen victim to the corrupting qualities of forbidden knowledge. But the academia has always held a different view. They've always believed that symptoms of madness are a side effect of human contact with divine knowledge as mere mortals. Come to think of it, perhaps the academia has also never understood the true nature of forbidden knowledge, and thus always approached the issue from the wrong... The Withering, Elazar, and the Sandstorms. Don't you think what is happening right now across Sumeru is rather similar to the forbidden knowledge pollution that occurred in the desert thousands of years ago?
Paimon thought that Irminsul's disease is what caused the withering. At least, that's what Tainari... Wait a second.
Ah, you've connected the dots. The cause of Irminsul's illness may precisely be the pollution from forbidden knowledge.
But if that's the case, what should we do? This is...
Wait. Why do you think Lesser Lord Kusanali would have a solution to this situation?
You mean, it's related to the scene you saw when you passed out in the Avidia forest? That whole... the world forget me thing?
In that case, it's imperative that we rescue Lesser Lord Kusanali. Only by working with her to save Irminsul. To make sure we're still on track, I would like to check on...
Where are we going?
To an eremite... Ah, they're here.
Huh? What are they doing here?
I gave them some technical work to do.
Ah, it's the scribe. And is that the traveler I see?
How's the work going?
Ah, yes! We have fixed the devices according to your instructions. One of them is already ready for use, while the others are still...
Aren't those devices for canned knowledge extraction? What are you doing with those?
Look here.
Huh? More canned knowledge? Are you going to put more weird stuff into her head again?
What's that look on your face?
Paimon's a little scared, but...
That's an interest. Anyway, we're not going to use this just yet. As I mentioned during the meeting, this knowledge capsule contains a decree I drew up in the past. The academia should also have their own copy. And according to the plan we just came up with, Traveler, I want you to record something into this capsule. Do you believe we can save Lesser Lord Kusanali? Good. Conviction is the most important now. Please get ready and put on this device.
You want us to record our conviction into the knowledge capsule?
Yes.
Paimon is still really...
I understand, but trust me, Paimon, this is something... Because, to achieve this impossible task, it sounds like you'll need to fool your own heart first. Although it may feel...
Paimon can see the point you're trying to make.
Imagine this. We have orchestrated our plan and successfully rescued Lesser Lord Kusanali. As a result, we have changed Sumeru's entire political landscape. Everything went without a hitch, and everyone recognizes and praises our achievement. Now, open your eyes. Here.
What's this?
Read it out loud. It's done.
Is your head okay? Does anything hurt?
It's just a recording. There should be no...
But what was the point of doing this?
And that's perfectly fine. In any case, these capsules aren't...
Huh? What do you mean?
Have you forgotten? Our plan needs to account for those who have long relied on the Akasha. You may find it hard to believe, but for those people, everything the Akasha transmits to them is nothing short of absolute truth. Imagine if you've been using a device like the Akasha since the day you were born, and this device has always supported you during times of need. After all that time, what do you think you'd become?
A fool?
A slave to orders. And that's why rules are so important. In addition, those who understand the rules can delineate boundaries and identify gray areas.
But why would...
You could say that those kinds of ambiguous zones can be very... interesting.
Things you're interested in are really out there. Are also...
Anyway, that's enough. I'm going to take those two to work on some small projects. You can head to Caravan Rebot and start preparing for the next step.
Small project?
We're going to tinker with the Akasha terminal and make a few... modifications.
nice and warm.
I thought we agreed on a plan. How can you go back on your word?
The plan is too radical and carries a high risk for casualties. I've given it a lot of thought. And in the end, I still can't agree to it.
But it's still the best plan we have. As a former Matra, you of all people should be able to see the bigger picture.
I did. And that's how I saw the danger behind these so-called advantages. Al-Haytham's plan is even more radical than I imagined.
Huh? Why are you guys arguing?
My friend, you're just in time. Why don't you help me persuade Sino?
We agreed to work out a plan at the meeting. As mercenaries, you're familiar with the local environment, so you'll take care of the specifics. But then, you went to Al-Haytham for suggestions. Had I known Al-Haytham would give you those kinds of suggestions, I would not have agreed to the plan.
Look, you already know that we're all on the same side here, don't you?
Mercenaries place a lot of importance on their bonds of friendship, but also will not hesitate to make
Seems you really do understand the ways of the desert.
Traveler, Paimon. Rahman's plan is to have me work with the Caravan Reebok guards in my capacity as a Matra. We will arrest the mercenaries and escort them into Sumeru's—
Wait! How can we work with the guards?
We can't get through that wall easily, remember? Caravan Rebot would never let so many unregistered members of the Eremites enter Sumeru City. My plan will clear us of any possible suspicion, and also let us enter the city as a big group.
That also sounds like something Al-Haytham told—
Doesn't Al-Haytham know how dangerous this plan is?
Of course he does. He told me. There is no— He also said that with the help of Sino and the Traveler, our chance of— I never blindly trust anyone, and I've always had a good eye for people. I think he made a number of valid points.
If I make the arrests alone, I can control myself and prevent you from getting hurt. But I can't guarantee that kind of discipline from the guards. To make the whole thing more convincing, you'll need to resist to some degree. Casualties are inevitable once push comes— I'm okay with the deaths of enemies. But now that we're allies, I'm against them.
I can't believe a Matra would actually care about us. I've lived a hard life.
I've always treated my allies with honesty and respect.
Now you're making this hard for me.
Hey, is there something we can do to help? We can help fight some of the mercenaries, which should reduce the number of times you'll have to struggle directly with the guards. That should help at least a little bit.
Sino, on behalf of my people, I thank you for your kindness. But this is a mission we cannot turn our backs on. We have no fear of casualties, because we crave the spoils of victory.
Well, now that you've put it— But remember, you need to follow the plan and not do anything— Since you and I both recognize the significance of this operation, there should be no more animosity between the followers of the Dendro Archon and those—
Okay, you have a deal.
The guards should be stationed in the courtyard nearby. You can find them there. Guards!
General Mahamatra! To what do we owe the honor?
Keep your voice down. This is a secret operation. I'm going to arrest a large criminal gang near this location. According to the Academia's Guide and Regulations on Secret Operations, I have the right to ask for the cooperation of Caravan Rebot.
Ah, of course, of course. Mahamatra Sino's order is the Academia's order. Just let us know what you need. But who exactly are you planning to arrest, and how many people are you expecting? Depending on the scale of this operation, we may need to report it to our superiors.
They're a squad of Eremites whose number is comparable to Ain el Akhmar in Port Ormos. They're involved—
As many as Ain al Akhmar? This should definitely be classified as a joint operation.
And I suggest that you report this to your superiors as soon as possible.
and treat it as a top priority desert operation. I will need personnel.
Got it. Please wait a moment. I'll contact them immediately.
Because this is work. Because I trust.
Paimon can't believe you're still in the mood to chat. Aren't you even a little worried? Even if that guard doesn't know, their superiors might, right?
We discussed this, remember?
The Caravan Rebot operation is of great importance. But don't worry. The guards there shouldn't know that Sino has stepped down.
How can you be so sure?
First, the other Matra still don't know why Sino has left, which proves that the Academia has been covering up the matter.
Second, this is a crucial moment for the Academia's God creation plan. If something were to happen to the General Mahamatra, it's bound, no matter how you look at it. They don't seem interested in sharing.
A reasonable inference.
Which brings us to our next issue. I'm sure some of you have been wondering if the prediction function of the Akasha will affect our operation.
The Akasha is still in operation, so I must remain on high alert. Actually, considering the power of the Akasha, it's quite strange that it hasn't already tried to interfere with my actions.
I've given that a lot of thought. For now, if you remember, when you first came to Aru Village, all your actions and routes were predicted by the Akasha. It even gave that information to those who kidnapped the village keepers. But things like that never happened again after we met up with the Traveler.
That's true. But what?
Look at it from a different angle. Why do you think the Akasha will predict your actions?
Because my personal data has been entered into the Akasha.
That's true, but the key to this question is, how well can the Akasha make predictions about a person? Haven't you ever thought about it? Just how can it do this in the...
Because the Akasha controls the entirety of...
The Academia firmly believes that all human actions can be explained through logic.
By sorting and analyzing entered data, the Akasha can derive behavioral logic and predict the actions of those who fit. However, at the risk of sounding like an advocate for fallacies, can everyone truly be considered logical at all times? Emotions are part of our behavioral logic. But can you guarantee that every experience of the same joy or pain would be equally intense? How? Sino, in the past, you've always worked alone. In the absence of another person who could sway you or your thoughts, the Akasha could produce predictions that were decisive and principled. You were used to solving problems alone. That's why the Akasha could figure you out. But now, you've joined a team. And our thoughts and logic have intermingled and weaved themselves together to become a complicated, chaotic mess. Any one of us could potentially disagree with another. The Akasha lacks data on these interactions, and it's impossible for it to predict your actions in the future based on your decisions in the past. After all, there's probably a limit. So, in my opinion, you're...
Makes sense to me. I agree. The Akasha is not alive, and I don't think we can be completely controlled by something without a mind of its own.
I guess there are things that even the Akasha cannot calculate, and people will not be forever trapped by the past.
Paimon...
Next time, pay attention.
Will do.
Just remember to stay...
Footsteps!
General Mahamatra, we were not expecting your presence here. I'm the security officer of the Great Red Sand District. My name is...
This is my assistant, the Traveler. She will be working with me. The construct next to her is for her work.
Beep! Construct, beep!
What a great honor to meet you. Your golden hair is as bright as the sun. And, is this the latest technology from the Academia?
Have you made a decision regarding the matter I mentioned to your...
It seems to be a dire situation, so of course you will have our full cooperation. To be perfectly honest, I've always longed to go on a mission with someone as well known as yourself.
There's no need for flattery. Take your most elite platoon and follow me to the eastern side.
Understood.
Map.
Hurry, bring the map!
In 2 days, we will engage Rahman's Eremites and capture all of them. Any questions about the time?
None at all, sir.
Good.
Yes, sir.
Maybe hanging around the General Mahamatra isn't so bad after all. Everyone's so respectful towards us.
This is all due to the absolute authority of the Academia. And now, we're going to strike back again. Get ready.
My parents always say, no matter how busy life gets, you should always sit down and enjoy a proper meal when... Hurry up, Brassa!
Let's hope you put up a good fight.
Bring it on! Light up the blazing sun! Rev the end!
Everybody stand back! Headbutt! Charge! Show no mercy! You two! Time to end!
Light it up! Pyroclastic surge!
Headbutt!
You're going down!
Hey!
Full throttle! Full throttle!
gonna hurt.
Light of the blazing sun! Brace yourself! Headbutt! Charge!
Skipped. Armed. Shouldn't have skipped. Armed.
Hurry up, Grassa!
Let's hope your purple can fight. Bring it on!
Further! Burn it down! Huh? Teamwork is dreamwork! Yeah! Heads up! By my spark! The night burns! Here are we coming! Headbutt! Wrath from the skies! Height!
Strength of a raging
Show no mercy!
Yeah!
Get to work! Charge!
Alright! Bring it on!
You two! Time to end! Pyroclastic surge! It's justice o'clock! Headbutt! Phantom out! Grant me strength! Here are we coming!
Pretty strong.
Going in! It's justice o'clock! Kapow! Charge!
Shouldn't have skipped. Armed.
Let's hope your purple can fight. Bring it on!
Light of the blazing sun! Huh? Everybody stand back! Suffer the wrath of me!
Let's finish this next time.
It's justice o'clock! You're going down! Get to work!
Bring it on!
Pyroclastic surge! Get out of here! Here are we coming! Headbutt! It's justice o'clock! Brace yourself! Fulfill our path! Eat long! Eat papa!
Gonna hurt you.
It's justice o'clock!
Shouldn't have skipped. Armed.
Let's hope your purple can fight. Bring it on!
Light of the blazing sun! Huh? Teamwork is strength! Here are we coming! You two! Time to end! Headbutt!
Bring it on!
Justice o'clock! Burn it down! Pyroclastic surge! Like... That's gonna hurt in the morning. Everybody stand back! Yeah! Double time! Here are we coming! Brace yourself! Get to work! Light of the blazing sun! Shouldn't have skipped. It's justice o'clock! Time to roll!
Let's hope your purple can fight. Bring it on!
Suffer the wrath of me! Rise with the sun! Get out of here! I'm going in! Pyroclastic surge!
Precision!
Yeah! Maximum power! Here are we coming! You're going down! to work! Burn it down! Light up the blazing sun! Huh? Brace yourself! Lolling! East Papa! Headbutt! Hero incoming! Yeah! Heads up! Height! Shouldn't have skipped armed. Wrath from the sky! Shouldn't have skipped armed. Yeah!
Let's hope you put up a good fight.
Rise with the sun.
on!
Huh? Teamwork is dreamwork! Oof! Yeah! Ultimate flying kick! Yeah! You two! Time to end this!
This one's gonna hurt in
Burn
the
it down!
morning!
Pyroclastic surge!
Let's
Hero incoming! Headbutt! You're going down! Charge!
Bring it
Okay,
on.
now get to work! Try and stop me! Brace yourself! Everybody stand back! Yeah! It's justice o'clock! Wrath from the sky!
One's gonna hurt in the morning!
Well, demolition time! It's justice o'clock! Shouldn't have demolition time! Suffer the wrath! Shouldn't have skipped! It's justice o'clock!
Let's hope you put up a good fight. Bring it on!
Huh? Going in! Headbutt! By my spark, the night burns! It's justice o'clock! Pyroclastic surge! Charge! Headbutt! Charge! You're going down!
Bring it on!
Brace yourself! Try and stop me! Lolling! East Papa! Get out of here! Brace yourself! Everybody stand back! Look out below! Charge! Yeah! Justice o'clock! Brace yourself! Shouldn't have skipped armed.
Let's hope you put up a good
Light it
fight.
up!
Bring it
Light up
on!
the blazing sun! Burn it down! Let's light it up! Yeah! Heads up! Charge! Yeah! You two! Time to end... Get out of here!
Precision!
Teamwork is dreamwork!
Raging boost! Finish this!
You're going down from the sky!
Bring it on!
Hero incoming! Charge! Rise with the sun! Yeah! Look out below! Pyroclastic surge! Shouldn't have...
Pretty strong.
Arm day.
exploration! Let's go meet Sino in the desert!
There's a lot that goes into managing an orchard. Watering, weeding, fertilizing the soil, making sure the temperature is right. But most importantly, you have to keep the fruit in a good mood. Time to roll! Gotta steer clear of other people.
Look! Over there! Our helpers have arrived already! Let's hurry over!
Wait a moment.
Ah! Oh, it's you!
You're my assistant, remember? Being my assistant, you must stay with me.
It's General Mahamatra and his assistants.
We meet again.
You're here early.
It's to show how important we think the operation is. Since this is a big case for the Academia, we are prepared to...
I'm glad to hear your sense of resolve. Remember, we must capture them alive. They are our only leads for the case.
Understood.
Everyone! The Eremites are approaching from the west!
Make preparations and be ready for combat. Halt!
Oh? What a warm welcome! What do you want? Judging from those shiny weapons in your hands, it seems like...
Rahman, the Academia has caught wind of your smuggling and illicit sales. If you value your life, I advise you to surrender.
Who are you supposed to be? A Matra from the Academia? I can't believe you came all this way just to catch us.
I'm not here to talk.
Oh, nobody's given me this much time of day since... Brothers! For that slight, let's wash our blades with their blood. Let's show them...
Fulfill our path! Burn it down! Lolling! Eat Papa! Headbutt! Yeah! It's justice o'clock! One fell swoop! It's justice o'clock! It's justice o'clock! Wrath from the sky! Rev the engines! Hero incoming! Yeah! Everybody stand back!
It's over.
Ah! We have subdued them. The operation is now over. All Eremite mercenaries and related personnel...
Ah, you pitiful Dendro Archon dogs! You'll...
I'm afraid you'll...
King Deshret will curse you, and you...
Silence!
Oh,
Restrain them and take them back to Caravan Rebot. Count their numbers and send them to the Academia as instructed by the General...
Yes, sir!
Mahamatra Sino, I will now take my leave. If you need further assistance, please come to Caravan...
Understood. You are dismissed.
There they go.
Let's talk elsewhere.
This part of the plan went really well.
Yes, things went perfectly.
That's fantastic! And that punch you gave Ramon there?
Once we're done here, I'll return to Caravan Rebot and oversee the group's transport. I promise. I'll get everyone into Sumeru City safely.
Yeah, you're the reason why everything...
It's not the time to celebrate yet. Go join up with her.
Speaking of which, is it really okay for us not to share the full plan with Tainari? What if he'll feel miffed about it and refuse to work?
I have a very close relationship with Tainari. Given how well we know each other, I believe my if we need help, get ready for the next phase of...
It's about time. Didn't you say our part of the plan is the most important of all? And here you come, roll. In the time it took you to get here, I already did 5 laps around the place, downed 7 drinks, and even did some
Sorry. We didn't mean to
I just wanted to fix your attitude and rub it in a little. After all, you took your sweet time getting here, and we've got important stuff to take care of. I just like seeing that serious look. All joking aside, I'm glad you're here.
But where should we—
Our responsibility is to get a status update on the Fatui Harbinger known as the Doctor. We need to make sure he won't get in our way when we rescue Lesser Lord Ku. Dealing with an institution that controls all of Sumeru is already hard enough. If the Doctor were to crash the party, it would be next to impossible.
Yeah, we sure don't want him showing up. Ooh.
Right? Hearing his name just reminds me of those stuffy old geezers in the academia. I'd rather not have to deal with someone like that. According to the plan, we should first go to Pardis DI and ask for Forest Watcher Tainari. If all Hatham and Sino's sources are solid, then we can be sure that Tainari still has the Academia's trust. So, we'll find Tainari and convince him to get us the latest intel on the Doctor. Then, the sages have placed spies everywhere on the other side of the wall. I'll follow you as a bodyguard. You should be honored. I don't offer my—
But Paimon thought mercenaries would do anything.
That's certainly true. But when multiple employers are vying for your services, you should always go with the best offer. Let's see. If I were to charge you a bill...
How much more do you want? I was at—
how much do I want? Hey, how about paying me with a smile? What do you say? I haven't seen you smiling much recently. If you ask me, someone like you must— Come on, give me a smile so that I can be looking good. There are many kinds of smiles. Let's go. It's time.
He's over there! Let's go say hi— Tainari!
Traveler, Paimon. And you are?
Hey there.
This is our friend Dia. She's an Eremite mercenary.
A mercenary? You must have some big news for me.
It's something really important. Please help us out.
All right. Then follow me. This place is better. We won't be disturbed by any passerby. Okay. What is this important thing you want to ask me? The Doctor.
He's that strange-looking Fatui Harbinger with the mask. Paimon thinks he has blue hair.
Yes, I know him. Actually, he left Pardis DI just a little while ago.
He left already?
Yeah. He came looking for me.
Can I ask what it was about? Sorry to ask you like this after having just met, but your answer is very important. For now, all we can share with you is that your friend Sino is working with us.
Sino, you say? I see. So that's why he hasn't been at the Academia. Okay. I'll answer your questions and will assist you any way I can. You don't have to tell me everything that's happened.
Sino's name really does work wonders. You're not even a little—
Despite having just met you, I can sense that you're the serious type. Between you, you don't need to tell me anything you don't want to. I'll also get straight to the point. The Harbinger you mentioned came to me because he wanted to take the scholar Hypatia away with him.
Hypatia? Why would he want her?
And what do you mean by take away? Is he planning to leave Sumeru?
Yes. He told me his return to Snezhnaya is imminent. So you mean you're leaving this place soon?
Indeed. Otherwise, we could have perhaps talked a little more. I was just about to set out when I remembered something important. To that end, I made a final trip to Pardis. Let me ask, have you been taking care of a scholar by the name of Hypatia?
Your sources are accurate. No doubt because you've recruited many informants. But you're right. Hypatia has indeed been receiving treatment from me.
Forgive me for asking, but how's the treatment coming along?
Given the way you're asking, I assume you have something to say.
Since you asked, I'll be frank. I would like to take Hypatia to Snezhnaya.
It's incredibly difficult to transfer a patient. As a scholar yourself, shouldn't you at least be aware of this?
Oh? I can't believe your utter lack of faith in me, to the point of even questioning my general level of knowledge. How...
Well, you're the only one who's ever made such a request.
I have my ways of keeping her safe during the journey. In addition, I can also promise that under my care, I will personally supervise her treatment and see to her recovery. Would that...
Hypatia was born in Sumeru and remains a scholar of the Academia. Her situation has not become dire enough to necessitate her transfer to another nation. Transporting her to Snezhnaya is risky, and the potential benefits are unknown. As the person currently responsible for her treatment, your suggestion is rude and reckless. I'll pass. I don't know much about the doctor, but after talking with him, I realized that just like many other scholars, he possesses an aura of arrogance that I've come to detest. It's not so much that he's looking down on others, but more that he's confident in himself and his abilities to a point of near insanity. I would never refer a patient to someone like him. I prepared myself for a protracted battle of wits, and was really surprised to see him just give up on the topic. Still, his reaction really concerned me.
I see. Of course, your opinion makes perfect sense. You're still young, but already quite stubborn. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't just let you off the hook like this. But unfortunately, I'm in a hurry today, what with Her Most Noble Majesty the Tsaritsa calling for our return. Luckily, there is still some time left for me to take care of everything before. It's just as the Academia said. You're a responsible and gifted scholar. Sadly, even with all of that, you're still lacking a bit of shrewdness. And that's also why people like you can never realize that sooner or later, everyone must pay the price for what they've learned.
Paimon can't help but feel like he's hinting at something unpleasant.
He asked a question, yet didn't care for my answer. Perhaps I'm nothing but a talking rock in his eyes. He never came off as malicious, but an utter lack of compassion permeated throughout our conversation. From his tone...
I can barely believe it myself. But if that's true, the situation will be in our favor.
I don't think I missed any details. Frankly speaking, I don't want you to do anything too risky. Now that you know a little more, it should be easy.
Sorry we can't tell you everything. We appreciate that you helped us anyway. I won't forget your kindness.
It's okay. I have an obligation to do so. To be perfectly honest, all of this may have started because of me. Recently, my master wrote several letters to me, asking me to return to the Academia and assist him with his research. Hasn't he already asked you several times before? Yes, but there's something off about this most recent batch of letters. The handwriting and the tone are both familiar, but some details have been omitted. My master will occasionally leave a few dots on the back of the letter. 1 dot means that he wrote the letter on a sunny day, and 3 dots stand for a rainy day. This has been a habit of his for many years, but I didn't find any dots in his recent letters. I believe something may have happened to him. I get it. Since you are always at Gandharvaville, you would like me, someone already working at the Academia.
I'd like to ask you to do that for me, if you can keep yourself safe. Please withdraw.
I can do that, but I have a feeling it won't be that simple. The Academia has been working on a big project. I'm not quite sure what it is. If the higher-ups really are hiding something, then it will be difficult to remove myself from the situation once the investigation starts. If the situation becomes critical, I'll leave the Academia. If you don't see me there for an extended period, that's your cue.
All right, we've got a plan. I'll stay at Gandharvaville to support you.
If that scenario comes to pass, you must be extra vigilant. And be wary of any messages or direct...
I must say, I didn't expect a warning like this from the General Mahamatra.
Being loyal to the Academia doesn't mean blindly doing whatever the sages say. On that note, aren't you also being quite distrustful of your alma mater?
The Academia, yes. But my master is a man of integrity. Even when I was a student, I was worried that he'd get in trouble for sticking to his beliefs. I suppose he's lucky to have lasted so long.
I see. So you noticed something was up with the Academia from the very beginning.
This may well be how Sino became involved in all of this. In which case, I must keep my promise. Also, if you run into Sino again, please help me pass on a message. I think this may be something he needs to... Okay, we'll find a chance to tell him. Thanks.
Right. Now let's go hunt down this Harbinger. Oh, by the way, which way did the doctor go when he left Pardis DI?
That way.
Gotcha. Thanks so much. We'll be on our way. According to Tainari, the doctor is leaving Sumeru soon. I want to check if the... He also said that he'll take care of everything before he leaves. What did he mean by that? Just to be safe, let's chase...
But we have no idea where he went.
We'll do it the mercenary way. I'll find Lee... That Harbinger may have tried to cover his trail, but he still left some traces. Or perhaps...